What's up, guys? What's up? How you guys doing? It's been a really long time since we've done a video like this. I'm gonna have another piece of gum. Today we're going to be doing not a roleplay, but tag, because I'm actually pretty sick. Believe it or not, putting up a really good front right now. But I'm not in the mood right now to be doing like a whole roleplay or anything. I only like to film things when I'm like in the most, so I'm not looking for it. When I'm in the most like peak creative energy, if that makes any sense. Because I can tell when I do a video that's like, I'm editing it, I'm like, I wasn't feeling it. There's so many videos that I've deleted because of that. But anyway, we're gonna be doing a tag. I wrote down all the questions that this tag has. It is, I think it's called Harmless Hot Takes or something like that. And I was tagged by the lovely Miss Alyssa, and I will of course put her video down below for you guys to watch hers and all that jazz. I liked hers. I liked Beasts and Varieties too. There's a couple other ASMR artists that have done some, and they're all really good. I learned so much about people, another ASMR artist, by watching things like those, like tags like those. It's so fun. I have like so many parasocial relationships with people. Anyway, let's get started. Say hi to Cuckoo, he's gonna be with us. Okay, first question on here is a food that's overrated. Okay, so for me, I think, don't kill me, or kill me, Dubai chocolate. I think that's very overhyped, very overrated, especially after being back from, I mean, I've been to Dubai, but only for a second, so I don't really count that, but that part of the world for months and months. There's so many better pistachio type foods, and like baklava, pistachio baklava destroys Dubai chocolate in my humble opinion. Can you guys hear me well? I'm gonna put this a little closer. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, that, and I think like grapes, not grapes, just eat a waffle or a pancake. I feel like they're super thin, and then the people charge at restaurants like the same amount as like pancakes and waffles or French toast, and I'm like, that thing's like a sheet of paper. Give me a waffle, give me a nice Belgian waffle any day over a grape. Okay, next one is a book opinion that would, am I recording? Okay, good. A book opinion that would mildly annoy people. I'd have to say, I think a lot of the popular fantasy books right now are corny. Really, really corny. I don't really care. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. I'm right. They're corny. Not all of them, but some of them have really good storylines, great plots, and great world building. But there's always that main character, 19-year-old girl, who's like bratty for no reason, who like is full of attitude and doesn't accept anybody's help because she's independent or whatever. I don't know. I just think that it's corny. The whole trope is corny. Or like, she'll get kidnapped. Akatar. I love Akatar, but especially compared to like the big pinch he was living in before, struggling to eat and obtain basic necessities for a living, and she'll be complaining, I don't want your so gross, I don't want your 5-star 10-course meal. For what? Like, girl, shut up. I'd be like, I wouldn't say that I'm okay with it being kidnapped, but I'll eat food, you know, and I wouldn't be like, I don't know, maybe I would, I don't know, maybe 19-year-old me would. I digress. I just personally don't like the trope. I actually wouldn't. I would be very grateful unless I was taken against my will. Some of them volunteer to go these places and then they complain if I was taken against my will. And there was like bad stuff that happened because of it, then maybe. But again, I digress. Next one. A piece of advice that's wildly outdated. I'm gonna have to agree with the piece anxiety on this one. Sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words will never hurt me. Stupid. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Words hold so much more weight than the physical. Like, it's not even up for discussion. So, the next is a popular life hack that you think complicates things. There's a couple. Personally, I think counting your macros, it works for some people. Okay, I'm gonna move you over. It works for some people. Okay, it doesn't work for other people like me. I'm gonna put lip gloss on. I lost. Okay, I don't know if this is TMI or not, but Coco can vouch for me. Okay, Coco can vouch. I lost like 60 pounds, 65, about 2 years ago. In the span of like, not the healthiest way. I'm just gonna tell you what worked for me though, but maybe I shouldn't give you advice. Don't do anything I'm saying in this video. But I lost 60 pounds in the span of like 4 months a few years ago, and if you look at my channel, you can look back at my older videos, you'll see that your girl was chunky, and I was very depressed and on all sorts of stuff. I tried the whole macro counting and all that jazz, but some of us, that doesn't work for them. I think once I turned my brain off and I just completely decided to just eat like whole clean foods, stop complicating everything. It's not that complicated, just eat less and eat clean. Simple, clean, yummy foods that you like. It became easy, and the weight dropped off. Also, I was depressed, and I did sleep a lot, and I went through a lot of, I'll call it fasting periods, where I would forget to eat, and I basically would be eating like 1 meal a day, which is, you know, fine, it's fasting. You might disagree with me, but it worked, okay? And I'd eat 1 big meal, then I'd go do whatever I had to do during the day, then I'd go to bed early. And I just wasn't thinking about food all the time. Like, the food noise was gone. I just ate 1 meal and then continued on with my life. And I was eating like a whole bunch of like fruits and vegetables that I liked. And I was like, I had a roast chicken really good. I love rotisserie chicken. So I would get like half rotisserie chicken. I would eat it with my bare hands. And I'd eat that, and then like I'd chop up some tomato, some onion, some cucumber, throw some olive oil, salt, pepper, lemon juice on that, this, what are that? Like just eat high protein, low carb, whole foods, and eat less. So that's something that's all I have to say about that. Hold on, I got a text. Okay. Whatever that means. I don't know if that like blurred out the audio, but okay, let's see. Another one. A feel-good song that instantly annoys you. That it's Friday, Friday. That song from way back. That used to drive me insane. People would sing it in the top of their lungs too in my school. Like, everyone would get so hype and blast it. Maybe it was a part of a joke. I don't care if it was a joke. It was to be ironic or not, but I hated it. The burning passion. What was her name? Rebecca Black or something, but did not like her music. And then, Hey There Delilah. Some of y'all might like that song. And it was pretty, but I heard it so much that it made me like, oh, and then the California girls, something, something, something. I don't really like that one either. I mean, to each their own, but it was just like, I don't know. It's too much. This is too much for me personally. A supposed relaxing activity that stresses you out. Okay. I used to love doing this one when I was younger, but recently, the past 10 years recently, my brain can't, my hand can't keep up with my brain when journaling, so journaling has been something that has, it's been something that I've wanted to do for a long time. So I like talking over the phone, but even then my mouth can't keep up with my brain. Sometimes I think like 10 sentences and topics ahead of what my mouth is, you know, pouring out. Same thing with my hands. I will try and write down my thoughts, and then I'll be on like 5 trains ahead. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'll be 5 stops ahead of where my hand is, and it's happening right now. I literally will be writing about something I thought about, but my head's like super rapid speed for whatever reason, as far as like train of thoughts go. I don't know why, but yeah. So for me, when I journal, people are like, oh, let's journal. I will get a little frustrated or stressed because like I can't keep up, and I want to, but I can't. And sometimes it makes me feel like, why write anything at all if it's not perfectly reflecting what I want to do. I feel like that with a lot of things, like videos, or not really these are silly, goofy, silly videos, but like other type videos, or like art, music, viola, anything that isn't perfect, I'd rather not present at all. It's something I'm working on, but yeah, that. A social media trend that you wish would disappear. I don't know. I deleted social media about a year ago now. I don't really care, to be honest. I have my Kusike ASMR account on Instagram. I'm barely on it, but I kept that one alive, I guess, up and running, to talk to other ASMR artists or friends in general. Every couple of weeks I'll check it, my DMs, and I'll respond to some DMs, and then I'll delete it again. That's the only one that I've done that with, where I'll like go back on and check DMs with. A lot of the others haven't been touched since like I deleted it. I think all of them. Let's go. I'll look for it later. RB. But yeah. Again, I'm sick. I'm trying not to like cough on y'all or sneeze or anything. My sniffles are great though. I haven't been sniffling, so it's good. But yeah, again, I'm not feeling the best, so if my mind's kind of fuzzy or foggy right now, I'm gonna blame it on me being sick. Okay. An ingredient that ruins a dish for you. Blue cheese. Uh-oh. Wrong pipe. Okay. I went to go tap on it and it's gone on tap on this little one. Blue cheese. Can't stand blue cheese. Where'd that other gum go? Did I eat both gums already? It's okay. Blue cheese, I can't stand blue cheese. It's literally fungus. It's moldy fungus. It's literally like green fuzzy fungus, and you guys eat it. It's disgusting. Not all of you, but some of you eat it, and you just like normalized. I will never understand. I can't do blue cheese, nor do I think I ever want to try and get. Yeah, some things I'll try twice. Blue cheese was one of the things I tried thrice or more. But I'm not gonna try to force myself to like it. It's mold. Ew. I can't do it. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Okay. Let's see. A fashion trend that you refuse to get on board with. Didn't I already do that one? That was a social media trend. A fashion trend I refuse to get on board with. I don't really follow trends. I don't really follow trends. I'm a trendsetter. Look, I'm gonna cough. I'm gonna try not to. Okay. Cuckoo. Distract me. Okay. Oh my gosh, it kind of matches this. I should play a game in Coca-Cola or the mic. Which one is it? Okay. Fashion trends. I don't know any fashion trends. I don't really like following trends. I think the classics are the classics for a reason. Although I do like maybe some like evergreen trends. I don't know though. I don't know. Fashion trends. I guess the eyebrow thing. That one. I don't know. What are some that you guys are like not about? Unhappy Sincerity says something about the pimple patches. I don't really care for those either. What is another? Money pieces. I think they look silly. I don't know. Besides that, I don't really care. Okay. Cozy activity. That's totally overhyped. Journaling for me. Then maybe puzzles. Yeah, puzzles are. I like them. I like doing them with other people, but I feel like I don't know. I get kind of bored if it's a boring picture. If it's a sick, dope picture, like there's this one called Medusa something, and it was like this woman in this fantasy realm was like, it was like purpley like this in the background, but like she was on a boat and there was a candelabra and a river and a castle in the background with like fairy lights everywhere and little woodland creatures. Now that one I would spend an eternity on, which I did, and I, finished it happily too. But like some of them that it's like a picture of eventually. But I am a fantasy girl more than a sci-fi girl. I love Lord of the Rings. As so many of you know, I love Lord of the Rings. I mean, Harry Potter was cool too. It's like the cozy, mystical, magical. It just feels more like earthy and cozy, and I don't know, Star Wars feels very like cold to me. It's like very like robot and like space pew pew, and another like a lot of beautiful worlds in that world, but not enough for me. I don't really care for stuff that's too like robotic. I like it. I'd like it more if it had magic, which I guess it kind of does in a way, but if it had magic and maybe like more nature-y, even if it's like alien nature, more like a nature-y based things rather than like metal and like man-made things or alien-made things, you know. Wonderful storyline, great romance, tragedy, beautiful tragedy, love a good tragedy. I don't know, maybe I'll finish it. I will, but I don't know. Disney ruined it. Disney ruined all of, you know, oh, is that a split end? Okay, it's not, thank God. Sorry. Disney ruined it with like the whole Mandalorian, this and all that, those little mini-series type things. I feel like if they just made like prequels or like a story about Obi-Wan, you know, like things like that, I would like feel a lot more inclined to dig into it. But I watched a little bit of like those shows, which I probably shouldn't have before finishing the movies, and I just was like, I don't know, kinda like, I guess how like Lord of the Rings fans feel with the Rings of Power. That might be a little controversial. Anyway, I said what I said. Next question, or hot take thing. A childhood fave that you still think is the best. Scholastic Book Fair. Oh yeah, I wrote Scholastic Book Fair next to it. I think the Scholastic Book Fair was so nice. I hope they still have that for the kids, for the kiddos. I loved going to the library at school. I went to over 9 schools. I went to so many schools, but I love reading the Junie B. Jones and the Magic Tree House and all those books. They were so fun. Goosebumps. I loved Goosebumps. I loved all those things. Those were so fun. I loved going to this Scholastic School Fair and looking for little cool knickknacks. Like, for example, some of y'all might be too young for this, but those of you that remember the giant pens that have like the 5,000 different colors, like 5 or 6 different colors, or the pencils you could like squeeze, and the warmth of your hand would like change the color of the pencil to something different, like the heat would change the pencil color. That was really cool. The smelly good erasers, I didn't really care for those too much, but I thought they were cool. I loved that. I loved having like pajama day and stuff at school. That was really fun. We'd watch Polar Express, which was terrifying. I didn't really care for Polar Express too much. I thought it freaked me out. I mean, I thought it was good, but I feel like it could have been better. Anyway, I love that. I loved, it was just freaky looking. Like, I know people have talked about it on the internet before, but like, why'd they make the kids look so like that. They look like how video game characters used to look in cutscenes, like, but everybody looked like that and talked like that. Like they should have just like drawn it. But maybe that's the charm behind it, you know, like how Twilight is like great because of how corny and, you know, where are you? It is. Maybe that's like the charm behind that, how freaky it was. I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah, hide and seek and manhunt. I wrote that down too. I think that as adults, we don't play as many like casual games like that. I remember all the kids in my apartment complex, one of them in Tampa, we used to all be out at night. And this is when I could stay out past, you know, the street lights coming on if we asked our parents. And we'd all go out at night and meet in front of like so-and-so's house or whatever, the main building in the complex, and there'd be like 20 kids out there and we'd all like be teenagers. And my brothers and my sister and all of their brothers and sisters and like a bunch of kids from middle schools and high schools, and like we would all just be kicking it and people be skating and stuff. But then someone would suggest, oh, let's play manhunt tomorrow or something, and then everyone would get together around a certain time. We split it up into groups, you know, and it was just the funnest thing. I've never felt such adrenaline. I mean, I have nowadays, but back then it was such a peak experience. I was running for my life. I was busting my elbow, my head, my knees on stairwells, trying to scramble up things and out of things and down corridors, trying to because it was an outside complex, like it was in Florida, so I don't know if that means anything, but it was an outside type complex, and I was getting busted up, but I was having the time of my life. I'd be hiding in bushes, scratchy bushes with spiky leaves and stuff. I did not care. I was not getting caught. I was winning. I was very competitive back then. I still am, but I loved that. Although everyone just hanging out with random people you don't know. It's like strangers. We didn't really have like social media was just starting. Like it was like a fetus still. So like no one was really on their phones. We used them to text each other, but like people had Nokias and Blackberries and things like that, so yeah, it's the best of times. I love stuff like that. I wonder if that even happens in that same complex anymore. If the kids even know of each other's existence, or if everyone's just like locked away. Like as soon as they get home, they just like shut the door and stay in their house or their apartment or whatever. I hope not. Part of me feels like I should go scope out. I should go drive to Tampa and then the complex and then just sit out there on a bench pretending like I'm minding my business and just watching, because it's summer, you know, seeing if the kids are hanging out or not. So many memories out there. Wolf girl who thought she was a wolf. When Twilight came out, she was and then those girls chasing down my little brother trying to feed him barbecue because they had crushes on him, and their mom made some the mess was great. Anyway, I digress. This video is going to be 5 billion years long. A weather hot take. Speaking of Florida, growing up in Florida, and having to deal with endless summer, it gets old. There's so many people that I grew up with in other states. Like when I moved to Minnesota my senior year, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're from Florida, I'm so jealous, I hate the snow, I want to go to where it's never ending summer. And I was looking at them like they were crazy, because what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I literally loved the the seasons, actually being able to see the leaves change color and being excited for a new episode, a new chapter, a new time of year, like all the leaves are changing color, oh now the leaves are falling and the snow is coming. Like, it was always exciting, and the spring, like, it gave you something to look forward to, and the holidays matched, you know? Like, in Florida, we used to make sand snowmen, but it was winter because we'd be at the beach. Please don't cough. Hold on one thing. I'm gonna cough. Okay, I think I'm good. Sorry about that, guys. I need a heating pad ASAP. But Cuckoo's doing a good job of keeping me warm right now. But yeah, we used to make like sand snowmen, and we used to like talk about our family members that lived in other states and how they said it's this cold there or that cold there. And I just always was jealous of y'all because you had what I didn't, and I remember I went to Minnesota and they were jealous of what I used to have because, you know, grass is always greener or whatever. But yeah, in the summer, I guess I feel like it's maybe sort of reminiscent of an immortal being talking about immortality versus mortality and how everything's a lot more precious because it's fleeting, you know? I loved having indicators of the time going by. Time would blur together growing up in the summer of Florida. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already been like a year and a half. It's already been like however long. Because you forget, because there's no markers, you know, there's no like, I don't know if I'm making any sense. But yeah, that's my answer. Okay. A movie that everyone loves that you thought was just okay. A lot of holiday themed stuff. Elf, I suppose. I don't know what it is about him. I liked him in Step Brothers. It was funny, but like a grown man in tights, like pretending to be infantile, just kind of, I don't know. It wasn't doing it for me. I liked the movie. The plot was good. It was like a good little story. It was cute. But the whole time I wanted to like, maybe I'm evil. I wanted to backhand him and be like, you're not fooling me. Like, stop being creepy, bro. You're a grown man. You're like 38. You look old. Stop. But I like the movie. It was cute, but like, and I know it's supposed to be like jokey. I don't know, for some reason, when I would talk to people like, oh my gosh, he's so cute, I just immediately would look at him and like, not look at him, but I would think about being locked in a room with him, and now the whole facade would just drop and he'd be like, talking to me like how some of the men that I'm just gonna say I've had encounters with men that have had similar facades of like nice guy, whatever type things. Not that he's a nice guy type guy, but they'd have some kind of performance going on, and then when we were alone, they would like start talking flirty or just not cute anymore. And I was like very uncomfortable in those moments. So maybe he just reminds me of those type of men. I know what kind of man you are. That's just okay. Let's see. Oh, and then Euphoria. I forgot to mention that. Euphoria was another one. I didn't really like that either. I thought it was very too why. Maybe it's just for kids. But I knew so many grown adults that were like, oh my gosh, did you see the new episode of Euphoria? Did you see the new season? And they would hype up these like high school characters and talk about how they were similar to them and all this jazz. And I don't know, I just felt like it was very juvenile, and there's a lot of, I just don't like drama shows, like, and then the drugs and all that jazz. I don't need to watch a show. I lived in a couple of, I'm not gonna tell you where I live, but I lived in places where stuff like that was very prevalent, and they glamorize it so much. I mean, they did a good job of like unglamorizing it, but like, I don't need to feel all of that again, because I've already like lived through seeing it with some of my friends and their family members and my family members, and you know, so like, I feel like that's for people who've never experienced stuff like that, and like want to live it, or like feel like they're, I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but it just wasn't like my personal cup of tea. A household also that, I'm sorry to add on to that, I did see that scene because it was all over the internet at the time, of where Maddie fights whatever the Sweeney girl's name is, the blondie one. Yeah, she's like fighting her, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, this was the craziest fight scene. I saw crazier fight scenes on a random Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. in my school courtyard. Like, weave getting ripped out of heads, people bloodied up noses, and teeth getting knocked out, like, on a regular Tuesday at my school growing up. That mess was soft. I remember I watched a clip of it because I was curious at the time. I was like, oh, it was a good fight scene, I want to see. And then I checked it out, and then she was like teeter-tottering in her little heels chasing her. I'm like, be so for real, put me in there. Put me in there. Just kidding. Yo. Okay. A household chore that you secretly like doing. Growing up, I very much liked doing the dishes. When my parents would be like, well, one of them, when we were really young, they were together, and they'd be like, okay, everyone gets to pick one chore you're gonna do, and that's your chore for like the week or the day or whatever. I would always like dishes because everyone else hated dishes, but I loved doing a big sink full of dishes, because I'd fill up the sink water, make it really toasty hot, and I'd fill it up to the top with lots of bubbles and a little bit of bleach and all that jazz, like my mama taught me. And I would sit in there in that hot jacuzzi. I always thought of it as like a mini jacuzzi, and I'd be like washing the dishes, and I felt like I was Snow White or something, scrubbing, and all the bubbles would be like so fun to play with too. And my siblings over there slaving away with that vacuum cleaner and dusting that dust off things, which is kind of Snow Whitey too, but I just loved like scrubbing the dishes and making them all clean and putting them in the drying rack and playing with the bubbles. I loved playing with bubbles. I would do this thing with my hands, or I would have my hands get really soapy with like a little extra soap, and then you go like, and then it makes like a bubble, and then I would catch the bubble in my hand. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like you can make bubbles if you get soapy hands and you blow in them like that, and then you can make bubbles, and then I'd split it and then make two bubbles. And I used to pretend that I was doing Rasengan, and yeah, I loved that. So that was really fun, and I liked doing the of the house to clean it, and I always felt like I was like a little Japanese like worker girl cleaning the floors of like some restaurant or something. That was really fun, and I still think of that when I clean the floors here, or like a rag or something. I think it's a lot more fun than like just mopping, like soaking a rag in some soapy water, then going back and forth, like running with your hands on it. It's like really fun if you have good coordination and you don't slip and bust your teeth, and like some of us do. But I still think it's really fun even if I bust my teeth in occasionally. But yeah, those two. Here am I. Okay. And that's it. I thought there was more. That's it. Look at my handwriting. It's like so, I don't know if it's cursive or print, but it's like sloppy. I think it's gonna sit like that. I wasn't even trying. But yeah. That was the last question. Kinda wish there was more. I love talking to you guys like this. And yeah, I've been hanging out. When I do feel better and I have the energy to actually like create the roleplays I want to, I will. I think next video, because I like posting Saturdays and Wednesdays. Wednesday's video should be a roleplay. That'd be really fun. Video to do. I asked you guys in the community tab what you want to see next, and a lot of you said Rebecca goes to bat camp. So since a lot of you voted for that one, I might try and do that one for you if I'm not sicker. But we'll see. Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing y'all then. I've had so much going on life. I'm looking into buying like either a house or 4plex, and then I'm also like planning like 3 international trips with family and stuff, and some solo trips, and so much is going on. Grateful for these stressful things, first world problems. Very blessed. But yeah, I'm going to Greece. That one's confirmed. So I'll be going to Greece in September. I think I'll post on TikTok some of my little discoveries and adventures. But yeah, I will let you guys get some rest. Get nice and sleepy. I think I'm gonna go dye my hair. My hair is like really my natural color, so it's like really dark, really brown, and I think I want to make it maybe like a chocolate cinnamony brown. I love my dark hair though. It's so much healthier than it was when it was blonde. It's so pretty like this too. I love this. But I do think maybe I should go for a chocolatey brown too. A cinnamony chocolatey brown. I feel like once I do that I might regret it, and my ends are lighter. Anyways, I might want my black back as soon as I'm done. Please don't cough. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah. Get some sleep. And we'll see you later. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye. Oh, and thank you for staying through the whole video. If you stayed all the way to the end, I literally love you so much. Let me know if you did and what your thoughts about my hot takes were. If I did a video with my actual hot takes, I think I'd be cancelled or I would be kicked off YouTube due to the algorithm, like, you know, flagging me or whatever. But maybe I should do it anyway one day, I don't know. Thank you, Alyssa, for tagging me. And I don't really know how to tag. I'm kind of like, believe it or not, more like, I'm a Lone Ranger. I feel like, I or online really. Sometimes people online. But thank you, Alyssa, for tagging me in this, and yeah, I'll tag a couple people that I want to see do this trend too. Not sure if it'll match their channel's theme, or like if the flow of their channel get interrupted with a tag like this, but